Here we have our fire hydrants. Fire hydrants have to be performed at 90-degree angles. We like to say straight lines everywhere. As you can see, his head and his spine is in a neutral position. He is bringing his hip up without flipping, what we call flipping at the hips, and he's making sure he keeps his belly button toward the ground. This is a great exercise when we get ready to open our hips and work on our turnover and drive. We're performing our donkey kicks right now. Still the same rules apply. Anytime you have a quadruped exercise, the same rules apply. You have to have head at a neutral position, arms at 90-degree angles, straight lines everywhere, and we want him to kick his heel to the ceiling. So we always want a dorsiflex, belly button pointed straight down, and when he's going to kick his heel to the ceiling, activating his hips, making sure that we warm up the right areas and that we perform this as a hip exercise. Again, we want to make sure our belly button is toward the ground, our arms at 90-degree angles. We press our heel to the sky and make sure we feel this in our hip flexors and a little bit in our glutes, but we want to perform this as a hip exercise. Right now we're performing our scorpion exercise, and the purpose of the scorpion exercise is to get them hips open and heated up in order to get a good turnover during our workout. So right now, you notice still we have a dorsiflex. That's why we call it the scorpion, because we make the leg look, or the ankle and the toe look like the stinger of a scorpion. We want to make sure we keep our belly button close to the ground. We want to stay low to the ground and high to the hands with our kick. And you want to make sure you open your hips without turning your belly button too open away from the ground. You only bring your leg up as far as it'll go without force, and then you'll continue to move as you get better. Right now we're performing the windshield wiper, and windshield wiper has the same mechanical rules as everything else. We want to go low to the ground, high to the hands, dorsiflex. Make sure our toes are pointed up. We want to make sure our belly button stays pointed towards the sky, and we stay in the straightest line we possibly can. We're performing knee hugs right now, and knee hug is very critical to our posture and to our balance and to the stretching or the flexing of our hamstrings. So we want to make sure we dorsiflex. We want to pull our shoulders down in a relaxed but sharp position. We want to make sure our chin is down and we get up on the ball of our foot on each step. Here we have 10 soldiers or Frankenstein. We want to make sure that we keep that foot flexed, shoot our hands, make sure we shoot our foot at the hip and bring our foot right back down on the soft control landing. We're doing ankle pulls. While doing ankle pulls, we want to keep those same rules. Make sure we flex our foot, staying tall. We want to grab at the ankle or the shin and just turn the hip out just a little bit. We don't want to twist our knee and work too hard. We want to make sure we just turn the knee out just a little bit in order to get a little bit more stretch on our hip. We're going to perform our quad stretch, keeping our same rules. They always apply. So this time we want to make sure we point our bicep. We want our bicep to be in the same alignment with our ear. We want to make sure we keep our chin down. We want to make sure that we grab at the ankle, flex the foot, so we get a good stretch, hoping our knee is pointed straight down. We're performing our lunge and twist. It's important to note when doing the lunge and twist, we want to make sure we work to have 90 degrees or straight lines everywhere. We want to keep our knee behind our toe, and we want to work to twist over the knee that's up. The most important thing when doing the rock and roll exercise is that we keep our head up and our chest up, and that we push our hips back. So we should be able to read your shirt while performing this exercise and making sure you're pushing your hips back so your knees do not go over your toes. And you keep your balance by keeping your entire foot on the ground. While performing a sweep, we want to make sure that we stop with a heel-toe ratio before we reach down. We want to make sure we push our hips back, and we want to bring those hands down as far as we can in a sweeping motion. Also, it's very imperative that we bring our head with us, so do not turn your head to look up and do not tuck your chin, but you want to keep your head in a neutral position as you perform this exercise. Also, again, it's imperative that we push our hips back so we keep straight lines on our back and then down our hamstring area. We're doing our high knee right here. Right here, it's imperative to see that you have a neutral spine, your chin is down, striking off the ball of the foot, and the knee is up, the toe is up, and the elbow is back. So we want to make sure we keep a good foot strike and keep our chin down as we push through on our motion. Right here we're completing our butt kick. On our butt kick, we want our knee to be straight. So on this one, we still keep our foot flexed. We have our knee straight ahead as we let our foot strike right back down on the ground. We also want to keep our chin down and keep snapping our elbows back. When completing the A skip, keep that spring in your step. Keep that foot that's on the ground right underneath and keep it moving. And we also want to make sure we abide by all the rules that apply to all of our other normal running techniques. Here we're completing our B skip. As we see, we'll break down our B skip into 3 parts. As our first part is having our knee up and that toe flexed up. And then as we go into our second part, we want to kick out, making sure that we have our chin down and our foot flexed. And then as we complete this exercise, we want to make sure the most important part is we strike down. We strike right back down on the ball of the foot to ensure that we're not reaching or pulling.